The biggest challenges that we continue to hear for within the manufacturing realm. But we've also heard, the case goods and the upholstery side, the investment in new technologies and new equipment also is kind of a marketing tool particularly for a younger workforce. They see the opportunity to learn how to operate some new equipment, some advanced technology as a sort of challenge and something that's appealing, whereas maybe, an older generation of workers, and I would put myself in this realm for sure, that's more of a challenge to learn some of that new technology. Has that had any influence on the recruitment process or retention process of younger workers that you've seen?
It all matters. More than new technology, a clean work environment. So if someone sees a work area that's organized, clean, there is specific communication on how they can advance, then the amount of innovation for that. If none of that exists, and then you have a brand new machine that you're going to be properly trained, then that could be a game changer. So we found that there has to be the proper balance of creating the work family, the communication, the cleanliness, the benefits, and then innovation within the machinery is part of that.
It has to be a good place to work overall. Anybody else would like to address that?
I mean, I can speak from a design point of view, as well as just a company point of view. One of the things that excites us the most is we are constantly investing in new technology as far as like yarn equipment, yarn making equipment, and then design technology, computer systems. So from a design perspective, that's very exciting, and I think that is a big draw, and then allows us more creativity to create more beautiful products. So.
One thing to add.
Yeah, please.
The amount of hours. Folks want the reliability of X hours per week, but if you say to somebody, please sign up for 50 hours a week and it's going to be indefinite, you will be pushing some folks out the door. And I'm not talking about work ethic, I'm not going down that road, but there is that predictability of the work environment, the hours that really are important, and the machines.
When we introduced Revolution in 2015, it went just crazy, and we're at capacity. But we ran 7 days a week until 2018, and I don't think we could do that today because it's the workforce has changed, expectations have changed, and I'm not saying that wasn't a reasonable thing to ask, but everybody did it, and they made a lot of money, and they seem happy enough. But I don't think we could do that today.
Yeah, so I agree with Brian. I do think it's, you're asking about younger generations getting into this business. I think being clear and having a career path for them, what are the opportunities for them is really important. The technology is something that they're either learning or have already learned a baseline on. In addition to that, I would just say that it's not just at the factory level too, the way that we think about technology and what's out there. So we also try to focus on that from how it services our customer better, like a B2B portal, that type of thing. And when you allow, IT technology and what has really progressed there and how we use that to support our customers, that's something else that does draw younger generations in.
Excellent. All great answers and a good discussion. We're getting close to the end of our time here, but I would like to open it up to any questions that we may have from the audience on this subject of domestic manufacturing. Is there anything that we have not addressed or covered in this that you would all like to? Yes.
So my question is innovation. So we talked about the machinery, investments, et cetera, for efficiency and staying up with the Joneses. What about technologies of chemistry and other fibers, or granted I'm coming from Textile, but what other things are you doing that helps keep the American market and manufacturing ahead of the rest of the world?
question. Anybody want to?
Yeah, starting in 2005, as the mills in our area started going out of business, the yarn suppliers that supplied them started going out of business. And we used to just be able to buy it off the shelf, and they're great, innovative, beautiful yarns. And so it led us, we had to develop our own supply chain, from the extrusions, to the novelty yarns, the chenilles and clays, air texturing, all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it pushed us. I mean, the whole world changed, and we had to really work on our supply chains to be here. So that's where a lot of our innovation is. Like at STI, it's taken raw material polypropylene that people use to make really cheap fabrics. That's why we started using it. But now we're selling it to some of the highest retailers in the world. So we've innovated. We make the deniers finer. We're putting dulling agents in it. We're doing color development that people didn't think you could do in that fiber. So just real innovation, taking different materials and doing new things with them that especially they may not be doing in Asia with those materials.
And we travel to European shows. We're constantly sourcing new yarns, looking at what's out there. We have an R&D department that focuses on developing new yarns, new technologies, paying attention to the chemistry that's out there. So it's a big part of our R&D department that we want to stay on top, and we want to be competitive, and we want to know what's out there, what everybody else is asking for, and so it's a very big part of what we do. Is not just machinery, but also technology.
So Crypton is a technology company. So we have in-house chemists who do our own mixture, our own evaluation, and making sure that when we literally apply the technology to a fabric, that it lasts. And part of that decision to not outsource any of the raw materials is for the confidence that we're communicating to our customers. You can rely on the cleanability, you can rely on the stain resistance, you can rely on the fashion part of it. So there is no substitute for the innovation in chemistry and application.
Yeah, so I'll just add to that from Sunbrella's standpoint, and we also have an R&D team that really stays on top of chemistries and what's out there. And we want to know how we can do that, but that it really still hits our sustainability story as well, because we want to make sure we're doing the right things. And we don't really rely on that as much as others do. The thing I would add to that from an innovation standpoint is one thing we'd like to do is really look at other industries, what's happening outside of this industry, what do we learn from that, how do we bring it back and apply it to what we do. For example, expanding our Sunbrella portfolio, we actually have a synthetic leather fabric that we did with a partner. And so that was really kind of looking outside of what was our comfort zone to really bring new and different products to the market. So there's various ways of looking at innovation, not just chemistry.
Thank you. Any other questions? Anybody else?
I got another.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
So this is more tariff and duty related. Are the current tariffs, higher duty rates, et cetera, helping you supply products at a more profitable level? And if those go away, how would they impact your business?
Great question. Thank you.
I can be brief on this one. I mean, with us having manufacturing, not just in the U.S., but in China, we're not as affected by those tariffs now. I know that a lot of our customers are, especially with some of the new things that are coming out, not that are just fabric related, but aluminum extrusion related. So we try to stay on top of that and make sure our customers are aware of it and how we can help them so that they don't lose any of their profitability.
When I look at the prices on Chinese fabrics today, I can't tell that there are tariffs, so. I guess so. No, it's crazy, the prices I see. I mean, we could put the yarn, everything you need to make the fabric in a box and ship it to you and say, do it yourself. We couldn't meet these prices. So it's something it's more than inexpensive labor that's going on there.
Is it a subsidization thing?
I don't know what it is, but I know it's not so, it's pretty similar to what we do. They do it in China, we do it here, but it's weaving, it's polyester. Polyester's below commodity, polypropylene's below commodity. I have some idea what their yarns cost. A lot of fabrics, it doesn't add up.
Couldn't agree more with Sean's statement. There seems to be no price bottom regardless of whatever the tariff situation would be. So, but you asked, the question is great in this sense that Crypton recognized that without a domestic manufacturing presence, that it had to be strategically part of what we offer to our customers. So buying a mill, running a mill domestically is all part of whatever happens geopolitically. We're ready to support the performance brands.
Thank you. Would you care to, okay. Maybe one last question, if anybody has one? Anything else?
Walter?
Go for it.
Well, thank you all.
Yes, thank you. You're gonna sit down for
Thank you to our panel, to our moderator. I appreciate all of you being here again. And have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.